Could it be possible that there's something that you're doing that's causing you not to get the responses that you want? Hi, I'm Nicole Kramer, speaker and sales coach. I help people convert more of their leads into clients. And something that I have noticed that many of us do, I have been guilty of this before, is actually creating the scenario where we don't hear back from someone or we get ghosted. And if it's something we can control, then maybe we can do something about it, because we always say control the controllables. And what a lot of people are doing that is causing them to not get responses back at all or in a timely manner is they're giving too much information too soon. And I don't mean too much information like your strategy or your system. I mean, you're giving someone too much information to digest, to read, to consume, and making it really hard for them to respond. Let me give you an example. And this could be from people who have already inquired and who are interested in the work that you do. Or it could be you're cold calling or reaching out for the first time and you just dump a bunch of info on someone. And what happens is when somebody gets, so I got an email not too long ago from someone on LinkedIn. This is a person, I know him, not well, but we're connected on LinkedIn. And out of the blue, I get this DM that has 8 paragraphs in it. Like I didn't ask for it. It came in the middle of my day. And I'm not making anybody the bad guy or making anybody wrong here. I'm sharing with you an opportunity that you might have in your own sales process to take a step back and go, wait a minute, am I giving too much information too soon? Am I preventing people from responding because I'm making it hard to respond by giving them so much information at once? So when I get this email or this DM and it's got 8 paragraphs in it, I'm like, I don't have time right now to read that. Like I got my own to-do list. You can't see it. I've got my own to-do list that I'm working on, and I'm working through some different things. And if it's hard to respond to, it's going to be so much less likely that I'm going to respond. And you might be doing the same thing in your sales communication. You might be giving so much information that it feels like the person doesn't have time to consume it. It's too much to digest right now. It would feel irresponsible if they responded without reading everything. And so we slow the response down because we've made it very hard for someone to respond to us. So it also happened to me 2 or 3 days ago. I got an email from somebody. I actually wrote this down. It was June 27th, actually. I had reached out and inquired to her about her services. I said, maybe we can meet so I can learn a little bit more. She's somebody that's not too far from me. We could definitely sit down and have coffee. So I was making that suggestion. I'd love to learn more about what you do. I might be able to benefit from it. Maybe we can meet so I can learn a little bit more. She said, sure. And then she wrote about 8 sentences, which may not seem like a lot, but when you got a lot going on, you got a busy day, you got other things you got to give your attention to. 8 sentences and then 2 attachments. And she said, and here's what the 8 sentences were. Here's how great we are. Here's what we do. Here's how we help people. Here's all the stuff. And then 2 attachments of like, read into this and read into that. I didn't ask for a homework assignment. I said, I'm potentially interested in what you do. We're becoming lazy as salespeople. We just throw about, like, listen, we live in the information age. People don't need more information right now. So if your first response to an inquiry is to dump a bunch of information on them, or if your cold call or your cold reach out is to dump a bunch of information on them, you shouldn't be surprised why you're not getting a response back. It's too much to have to consume. It's too much to have to read. It feels irresponsible to just respond without reading or they're just going to ignore it. They're just going to be like, nobody got time for that. And they're never going to do anything about it. So quite often we are making it harder for people to stay in conversation with us because we're expecting that they're going to read all this information that we're giving them. And nobody's asking for a homework assignment, right? Make it really, be the professional salesperson that you are and make it easy for them to take that next step without needing to do a bunch of research, to do a whole homework assignment, to find out what you as the salesperson could be providing to them through conversation. I also said to this person, hey, maybe we could meet for coffee. Don't pass up an opportunity when somebody says, hey, I'm interested in meeting with you. Hey, I'm interested in jumping on a call with you. So a couple things that I wrote down. First of all, like I said, people aren't looking for a homework assignment. We want to make it easy to keep moving forward by saying less and slowing it down. That person that I reached out to and said, hey, I'm interested. Could we meet? She could have very easily said, sounds great. What information could I share that would be most helpful for you? Or sounds great. Sure, we can meet for coffee. What information could I share that would be most helpful for you? Because I didn't need the homework assignment that she gave me and I didn't read it. I didn't go through it. It's not my job to do all that research to figure it out, right? So ultimately, we're slowing things down because we're sharing too much information. We're making it hard for somebody to just say yes to the next step. And that's really what the sales process is all about. It's the next step and the next step and the next step. It's all these little micro commitments that we're inviting somebody towards. And as long as we make those micro commitments easy and make it easy for somebody to give us the next yes, then it's a lot easier for us to stay in the conversation. And that's what this is about. It's about how do we stay in the conversation, not how do we close someone every time we have a conversation. That's trying to move too fast. There are, at any given point, 2 to 3% of people who are ready to make a decision, to make a buying decision. That means there are 97% of people who are not ready to make a buying decision. And if every conversation that we approach is as if they are ready to make a buying decision, then we're going to lose out on 97% of the opportunities. Because we're approaching that conversation like they're a buyer. There are now buyers, there are soon buyers, and there are later buyers. Not everybody's going to be in a position at the same time. So we want to approach our conversations from that mindset of like, how do I keep moving it forward? Not how do I close this? How do I close this? I'm a closer. There's a time and a place for that. I'm not saying don't close your conversations. Like that's the exciting part, right? But not every conversation is meant to be closed, but every conversation can be continued. And if you're not approaching your conversations with that mindset of how do I keep this conversation going? How do I stay in the game? How do I show up and provide enough value that that person wants to keep giving me their attention and stay in this conversation with me until it is time for them to buy? I just had a mastermind or a marketing expert show up and do a training in my mastermind. I have a women's mastermind and she's an incredible, she owns a marketing boutique. She's an incredible expert. And one of the things that she shared with us is it takes at least, I think she said 3 to 5 touch points before somebody's even in a position to take action. And that action might just be liking your post or commenting on your post on social media. We live in a world where touch points continue to grow in number before someone is ready to make a decision about anything. And so right now, even for them to just like your content, it can take up to 5 times for them to have to see it. So when you do get someone who's inquired about what you do, or when you're reaching out to find out if there's interest in what you do, make it easy for that person to take the next step by making it an easy next step for them to take. One of the things that we teach in our certification, we have an Exactly What to Say certification that's a 4-month program where we teach you the mindset behind successful conversations, the 4 cornerstones for having successful conversations, the magic phrases that you want to use to keep things moving forward. And one of them that we teach is called OFQ, opening fact question. And this is a great rejection-free opening way to get in and stay in a conversation because you can use that formula to make it really easy for that person to take the next step in the conversation with you. And that's really what this is all about. So a couple of other things that I wrote down. People just need enough information to make a decision. They don't need all the information. And I get it. Sometimes you get really excited because somebody had an inbound inquiry and they're interested in your coaching or your services or what you do. And you're like, here it is. Somebody's interested. I'm going to give them all the information. I'm so excited. Oh my God, I'd love to jump on a call with you. I'm so excited. Here's all the information. Stop. You're making it about you. They just need enough information to make a decision. And the decision does not have to be to work with you. The decision needs to be to take the next step with you and the next step and the next step. Because in the world that we live in, it could take 20 or more touch points before they are in a position to make a decision to pay you money for what you do. Well, what are we doing with those 20 touch points? How are we showing up to those 20 touch points? What are we doing to make sure that we get to those 20 touch points? Because those 97% of people that are not now buyers, soon buyers, later buyers, the soon buyers and the later buyers, there are 97% of them. So what are you doing to make it easy for that person to take the next step and making it about them and making sure that you are providing value every step of the way? Stop using I language. We all do it. I'm not sitting here telling you this because I am void of doing it. I'm so excited. I'd love to. It's not about you, right? So how can you take something as simple as like, hey, I was thinking of you. There's nothing wrong with saying that I was thinking of you, but I'm just giving an example. Hey, I was thinking of you. Instead of saying that, the song that came on the radio yesterday made me think of you. Maybe just think about being more intentional about removing some of the I language, because psychologically that can have a different impact if it doesn't sound like it's I, but how you're communicating is really truly making it about them. People won't remember what you said or did, but they will remember how you made them feel. Not everybody's ready to buy. I've told you that. Quit acting like it. You're losing 97% of your sales and your opportunities if you are constantly approaching your conversations as if everybody is a now buyer, as if everybody's in decision-making mode. And I think I covered them all. Let me see. Make it easy to keep moving forward. Say less. No verbal diarrhea. That's the last one I had. No verbal diarrhea. Just stop with giving too much information. We can end up talking ourselves out of moving forward or talking that person out of moving forward with the next step with us because we've just gone way too deep with sharing instead of staying curious, slowing it down, and making it easy for the person to say yes to the next step. Make the next step valuable, make the next step clear, make the next step simple, make the next step not a buying decision, make it very low commitment so that they see the next step in the path and the ease in getting there. And you've made it easy for them to say, yes, let's move on to that next step, whatever it is. And sometimes that next step is just writing a really good social media post and seeing that they liked it. And then maybe they'll see your next one because now they've engaged with you on some level. That next step is getting them to want to read more of your stuff because you write great stuff. You tell great stories. You show who you are in your content. So please keep in mind that you might be doing some things that are preventing people from wanting to respond to you because you've given them too much, you've shared too much, you've shared it too soon, and consider slowing it down, making that next step an easy yes by making it a smaller step and an easier thing for them to respond to. If you would like some support with this and help with this, the good news is on August 6th, we start another course about exactly what to say, and we will be teaching you the mindset, the psychology, and the magic phrases that will allow you to stay in the game and turn more of those conversations into clients. My name is Nicole Kramer. I'm a speaker and a sales coach. I help you convert more of your conversations into clients. And if you're interested in joining us for the August 6th class, please comment below or send me a DM, and I will send you some information so you can decide if it is a good fit. All right. Thanks, everyone. See you soon. Hi, I'm Nicole Kramer.
And I'm Andrea Ferry Daniels.
And we are Exactly What to Say Certified Guides. And we are so thrilled to announce that we are coming back with an incredible program for you called Exactly What to Say. And the people that are perfect for this opportunity are professionals in their industry that are looking to up-level how they show up to the critical moments that matter in their life.
If you're interested in this program, the link is in the comments below, or feel free to reach out to Nicole or I directly through Instagram or phone call.
We'd love to see you there.